Well, we have an update in the watch scandal on Royal Caribbean, and the story is even more shocking than you'd think. Hey everyone, what's up? This is Jordan with JJ Cruise. Thank you so much for clicking into the video today. Well, you probably saw the video on the channel last week. We've been on Jewel of the Seas for a 10-night cruise. This is actually disembark day, but I could not leave the ship without giving an update on what happened with that scandal on board this ship, and it truly is more shocking than I even really understood it to be. Before I get into the story, I do just want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. If you love cruising and you like cruising information as much as we do, if you could hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Last week on board Jewel of the Seas, I shared a story that was pretty concerning about an issue that happened in the shops on board this ship. Just to give you a very quick recap, a couple went to look at jewelry at one of the shops on board. A gentleman was looking at a watch. The shop employee that was helping this gentleman with the watch offered to take links out so he could see it on his wrist and how it would fit. And once the links were out, basically forced the gentleman into purchasing the watch. When he said he did not want to buy the watch, he was then threatened, saying that security was going to get called and going to come up to the shop if he did not sign for and purchase the watch. I have an update on the resolution as to what happened with that particular issue, but I wanted to share just a few additional details to help kind of really paint this picture so you can understand exactly what happened. First, the watch was in one of those glass cases that sat outside of one of the shops. So this was one of the more high-end or more expensive watches. We're not talking a watch that's $20, $30, $40. Second, a price or point of sale was not even discussed before the shop employee started to take links out of the watch. The gentleman didn't even know what the cost of the watch was at the time that he was starting to try it on his wrist, and the shop employee was taking those links out to show him what it would look like on his wrist in a well-fitted manner. This particular detail was so surprising to me because I had assumed there was at least a price that was known on this watch before the shop employee started to take the links out. And this honestly makes the story so much worse, and the shop employee looks so much worse, because before you ever sell a watch or sell any type of jewelry to someone, that price should be known, possibly negotiated on, as well as agreed upon if you are going to purchase that particular type of jewelry. This is one of those details that I did not know when I first shared this story here on YouTube. And I think that this detail is very, very important because there was a lot of people kind of questioning in the comments, well, exactly what happened? Was there a price that was known? Was there any type of negotiations that had happened before the links started being taken out? And the answer is no, there wasn't. The shop employee just offered to resize the watch or just look at the watch so it could fit a little bit better on the gentleman's wrist before ever even talking about a sale. And upon taking the links out, it was then just a matter of a very quick moment before the employee was charging their room for this watch. Now, initially, there was nothing that was going to be done about this. The shop said, you have to buy this watch. You have no other choice. Guest services had said that there really wasn't anything that could be done. And this is another important thing. If you don't know this, several of the shops on board all cruise ships are third parties. They're not the actual cruise ship selling the jewelry. For example, like Effie. Effie sells the jewelry and just rents space out from the ships, and Effie puts their employees on board to sell the jewelry and do the selling. So while they are a part of the cruise line, they are absolutely representation for the cruise line. They aren't the cruise line themselves. It is another company that owns the space or the shop and owns the employees that then are selling the jewelry to you as the cruise passenger. This is also true in the spa. Sometimes if anyone ever has issues with the spa, you got to take those issues up with the actual third-party organization or the spa company, not necessarily the cruise line. I know our good friend Don also covered this story, and he said something that I very much agree with. While these are not the actual cruise lines, you're representing the cruise line. So this is, of course, a look for the cruise line, or this falls on the cruise line's shoulders when something really goes wrong. Jared and I had the opportunity to sit and meet with this couple that this happened to on the ship. They were the nicest, kindest, and most gracious people to give us some time to sit and talk with them and ask some questions. And I believe every single thing that they said to us. I feel absolutely terrible about what has happened to them, that they had to jump through all these hoops and go through all these steps to see how they could get resolution to this absolute scam or scandal that happened to them while they were here on Jewel of the Seas. But I am really happy to share with everyone that thanks to guest services who acted as a liaison with the shop's manager, they did end up returning the watch and getting a full refund on the watch. From everything that I heard, I am not impressed with some of the things that are happening on Jewel of the Seas. As a matter of fact, we've had a number of you reach out and say that you've had similar issues happen here on this ship. So clearly, this is a big problem on Jewel of the Seas with the shops in general. But thanks to guest services who have been wonderful on this cruise, helping as a liaison, they were able to get a full refund and they were able to return the watch. I know that a lot of you wanted to know that update. We've had so many people asking us in our inbox and here on the ship actually who saw the video, what's the update? What's going on? What has happened? So thankfully they did get a refund. I was really, really thankful that they spent some time talking to Jared and I, just explaining the story and talking about what happened here. And that is the result of what happened with the scam of the watch. Well, that was the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Again, my name is Jordan. This is JJ Cruz. And until next time, see ya.